What's happening, guys? Happy 420. I know a lot of you might not agree with my lifestyle, but I'm going to take this moment to get high a little bit while talking about a few things that have been on my mind or things that I need to get off my chest. I don't even know if I'm going to get high. There's a reason why I'm in my car right now is I want to get hotboxed. Because this is literally all I have for pot. One bud. Just one fucking bud left. And I've been saving it for weeks on an occasion wherein I really feel down. And coincidentally, it's 420. Or at least this whole video will be on 420. I'm actually recording this on Tuesday. And I'll probably have different clips of the same video across Facebook, onto Wednesday and stuff, but I'm releasing this as a whole on Thursday on YouTube. Gamergods 420. For when times get rough. So, let's begin. The house next to mine is being worked on, under construction, and there's people shouting at each other. You know how construction workers are like, "Hey, get that board over here right now! Fuck you!" Like. Oh God, this is why I like making videos. All right, because even I don't know what it is with me behind the camera. Like, when I'm by myself, I have a lot of weird thoughts in my head that I can kind of just like vent out to the camera, as opposed to like in public. I can't really, I don't feel like I can do that or I'm allowed to do that, and I think that's an anxiety issue that I have. So I guess maybe that's the real reason why I've been making videos this whole time, is because I feel like it suppresses my anxiety. Like I'm not speaking to whoever is watching my video. I'm alone right now. I am speaking to my phone. It's so much as if you guys are eavesdropping on me. I'm just saying whatever the hell is going through my mind, you know? But anyway, let's hop into this one last lonely bud I've been saving. Um, yeah. I might be switching to my other pipe. Like this one for some reason gives me more, but at the same time, this is my broken one. You can kind of see it's cracked at the bottom of the bowl. And the other one isn't. Like this one is not broken, but at the same time, for some reason it just doesn't hit as hard. I don't know if it's clogged. I don't know, but I'm gonna use my small broken one first until the bud kind of like, until it becomes so small that it can just fly through the hole. And I'm like, oh shit. Um, I'm going to pack this one in here. Sorry, I'm taking a long time, but you know, yeah. Watch, I'll get arrested on TV, on video. I'll get arrested in one of my videos because New Hampshire isn't exactly. Not yet are they legal recreationally, so I don't have a medical card with me. All right. I know exactly what I'm going to be talking about first, and it's a big deal. So, bear with me here. I quit my job at Dunkin' Donuts. I quit it. I quit Sunday night because something really bad happened at work. Um, Most of the afternoon I was working alone, okay? And, it was getting to that point where it was starting to get busier again. And, I was complaining that, why am I the only one on? Like, I can't have, like, a lunch break. I can't go to the bathroom. And, my boss was able to send me, another worker to the rescue. And, she was trying to cheer me up because I was actually getting ready to quit because I was starting to get fed up with not only, you know, feeling like I'm expected to do way too much for one person, but there are other issues going on with that place. The drive-through speakers stopped working. Customers couldn't hear us. Um, Other machines, breaking down or not working properly. There was a leak with the the Oasis ice machine, the blender, whatever. Um, and it was just one thing after another. But what happened on Sunday night is where I draw the line, and it was way too much. Um, so this woman, she's a really really amazing worker. She's a really amazing person. And she did not deserve what happened to her. She has a lot of good work qualities. Like, she's a clean freak. She will clean everything. She'll sweep everywhere. She'll mop everywhere. Um, she'll wipe down surfaces to anything, even like walls. She is such a good worker, and I hope that like she brings that store to like you know like I really do. But I'm kind of surprised that she didn't quit. Because it seems that I actually got more emotionally traumatized than she did, even though she's the one who physically got hurt. So I I was working at 6 p.m. when she came in to help me close, and about like only 15 or 20 minutes later, something bad happened. She took out a spice rack from under the store's pickup counter to clean underneath when the marble counter cracked and collapsed on her. Now, I think the only reason why it hit her fingers was because she was reacting to the sound of it. She was trying to get out of it as fast as possible. And if she hadn't have reacted to it would have hit her head. It probably would have killed her. I know. Maybe I'm exaggerating. I don't know. All I know is if you get hit in the head with fucking marble, like a whole marble platform, and it's cracked and it can cut your head open, you're gonna bleed out and die pretty fast. And she got her fingers cut open really badly. I could have sworn that I saw bone. It looked terrible. She was screaming. She was in shock. She was in pain. And I had to call 911, of course. I put a little, a wet rag over her hand, and I tried putting pressure on her wrist to slow down the blood that was coming out way too fucking fast out of her hand. And she was just, I've never seen anything quite like it. And I hope I never ever want to, because it really fucked me up. Like, that night when I came home, I immediately took a shower in case I had any of her blood still on me, because my Duncan's hat got covered in blood. Um, I think my shirt got a little bit of specks of blood in it too, my Duncan shirt. And oh my god, like This shouldn't have happened. At first, I was blaming myself because I was like, oh, if it wasn't for me complaining, she wouldn't have come in and, she wouldn't have hurt herself and all that stuff. And that's true. Like, if I had manned up and just taken the beatings from the annoying fucking customers, which I'll get to a little bit later, by the way, um, I that wouldn't have happened. That night, it wouldn't have happened. See, here's the thing. The only thing that was keeping that counter up was the metal rack underneath it. But once she took that out and started fidgeting around a little bit in there, bam, right on her goddamn poor fingers. And I had to watch it happen as she rapidly bled. Um, that should not have happened. And that's where I snapped and drew the line and just told everyone that I quit. Because I don't want to work at a business that can let their establishment go in such disrepair that it can cause that much damage to one of their employees. That, I'm pretty sure that's illegal. It's got to be illegal. Like, that place should be closed down and renovated for have them fix it up and and then open it back up again. But it won't. And Dunkin' Donuts are probably gonna get away with it because they're a huge fucking $1 billion corporation. And I'm not okay with that. I'm a humanist. I always put people before business or money or just anything. Like, I mean, like, it shouldn't be more important. Our money should not be as important as our health and our physical well being. And so I think that, in a way, I feel like taking a stand against that. And the first step is by quitting. Okay? I mean, maybe I can try to get some people on my side, go through some legal steps, but at the same time, like, I think it's up to her. I think it's up to the victim, the one who actually get physically hurt, to put in a workman's comp and maybe settle a lawsuit. But that's entirely up to her. Like, I don't think I can sue them on her behalf, even though it did emotionally and mentally damage me, because I got home, I took a shower, and then immediately after, I drank a whole bunch of fucking rum. Like, I just immediately relapsed in alcohol. Um, when I haven't been drunk in like fucking 2 years at least, like 1 or 2 years in between. And that was the first time I got drunk. And it didn't like it hardly even like affected me. Like, I was still like deeply upset about it. And so yeah, I quit Dunkin' Donuts. It's not because I don't like the people who's working there. If anything, I love the people I worked with. Like, they are the one reason why I lasted as long as I did at Dunkin's. Same thing with Dollar General. When I quit Dollar General, 6 years ago, 2018, no, 5 years ago. Yeah, I quit Dunkin' Donuts almost 5 years ago. I mean, I quit Dollar General almost 5 years ago, and it's because of people leaving, and my manager got fired for some stupid reason, and I didn't want to transition with new people. I have a problem with change. Okay, I'm partly autistic. I have Asperger's. Okay, I have a I have a struggle with change. Like, and if I didn't have a problem with what Dunkin' Donuts did to my worker, like, I don't know if I'd want to even transfer to a new Dunkin's, like a better Dunkin's. If, just because, like, what if I don't like those people as much? And I probably wouldn't have. And, my God. So, yeah, I still want to keep in touch with the people who work there. You're on my Facebook. Most of you are on my Facebook, at least. If you're watching this, just I love you. Okay, I'll come in, I'll come in every once in a while to see how you guys are doing. And but I just that seeing that much blood on the floor, and seeing her in that much pain and shock, and tears running down her face, that's gonna stay with me for a while. Okay. And it's funny because, like, if that was me looking at myself, like, I wouldn't give a shit. Like, I don't really care much about myself. Like, I care way more about other people that I like than I do about myself. Like, I would have fucking taken a bullet for her. Like, if I had known that there was a risk of that falling down, no one knew about this either. No one knew that that counter was gonna fall. Like, so I guess that's one fair way of looking about it. No one knew it was a freak accident, but still, I'm fucking fed up. I'm fed up with the whole place, going down one little thing at a time. Because if you neglect property and you don't maintain that property, if you notice one thing is starting to break down, other parts of that structure are going to break down. It's not going to end with that counter. It starts with that counter. That was the first thing about the building. That, and like some leak in the men's bathroom, that is going to deteriorate as you're not maintaining your property. So yeah, it's bullshit. She got hurt on the floor while working, and it wasn't her fault. I don't care what anyone is gonna fucking tell me. It was not her fault. It's not like she was clumsy. I mean, she could be once in a while. I mean, who aren't? Like we're all kind of clumsy. I mean, it depends on the days we're having. But the fact of the matter is, she did not pull that counter down. I heard and saw it fall on her. So it wasn't her fault. So, yeah, I'm very like anti-corporate. I was anti-corporate to begin with, but witnessing that, it was traumatizing, it was disturbing, and it really lit a fucking fire under my ass. And my instincts immediately told me that, Darian, as soon as you help this girl get to the hospital, as soon as you help this poor girl get in an ambulance and get her fingers stitched back together, you are not going to set foot here ever again as long as you're employed. You can still, say hi to your friends and stuff who still work there, but as far as working, you cannot work here anymore. That's what my instincts told me the second that I saw her in that much distress and stuff. And I follow my heart. I always follow what I believe in. And I don't care if I end up poor, unemployed, and homeless even. But I'd rather be poor and still have my integrity than to stay with a job and sell my soul in the process. I mean, it's not like a lot of the customers appreciate us. There are some. Like, I actually did get quite a few, on Sunday, that last day, saying that, oh, you're by yourself. Like, that really sucks. I wouldn't want that on anyone. I would never want to do that. And I'm like, yeah, I even have to go to the bathroom because I was actually holding in diarrhea for like 2 fucking hours before she showed up. Um, yeah, I was holding in poop. Yeah, because like when you have to always be on the floor to like take orders when they show up, like you don't have time to go to the John. Like, you don't have time to do anything other than be there to serve others, to serve fucking rude, selfish people who just want their coffees. God. So yeah, I think that I also think that not only should they renovate the place and keep it properly maintained, like every month or so, do a good inspection, a good solid structural inspection every month. Not only that, they should also have two people on at least, all the time, all year long. It doesn't even matter if it's in the middle of winter and it's dead, because what would have happened if someone got hurt and they were alone? Like, there was another worker there. I don't know if I told you this, but our Dunkin's is in a it's on a gas station. We're one of those Dunkin' Donuts where like we're kind of like on the side, kind of like how you go into a Walmart and there's gonna be like a Subway or a Pizza Hut, like in the front of the store. We're kind of like that, except we were in the back of the store. There was another guy at the gas station who heard her cries for help. He actually managed to contact 911 before I did. So I mean, he was there at least, but still, like, he wasn't allowed to go over the counter because he doesn't work at Dunkin' Donuts. He works at the gas station, and he wasn't able to kind of put pressure on her wrist and place like place a rag over her hand and stuff. I was glad that I was still there. Like, I was happy that I didn't tap out at 6 when she came in, because it would have been worse. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, like maybe I'll come back like way later on when not only am I sober again, but also I have good night's sleep, and that I've kind of moved on from that event, and that like if they fix up the speakers and stuff and everything is in tip top order, and then we have guarantees that everything is structurally sound, yeah, I'll consider coming back. I will, as long as I still like the people who work there. um it's getting kind of hot in here, huh? I'll take my jacket off after this topic, but yeah, man, I for now at least I quit Dunkin'. You know, I mean, maybe they won't like take me off like the system or whatever. I just won't get any hours. But as far as like actively working there, I'm done. Um, that was too much. That was way too much for me. Like, I'm a really sensitive guy. I'm a really passionate guy. I may not come off as it, but deep down, like I do care for people, and I like if I wanted to see that much blood, if I really wanted, like if I wanted to do that for a living, I'd be a fucking doctor. I wouldn't work at a goddamn fast food chain where people talk shit and other customers are fucking rude to you and they don't understand the hard work that we put in. They look at us like we're literal ants. And it ain't right. Ain't right. I gotta hit another one. I gotta hit this one. So, yeah. It's funny. When I closed it, we closed right as that happened. Like as soon as that happened, even before my boss called me and told me to close the store, I had already made that fucking decision, by the way. Um, there was some old lady with her husband that was walking around the store like aimlessly, like, and then she looked at the sign. It says drive through only, because at the time it was so busy for one person to have to work both the front counter and drive through. Drive through is more important because it affects our time. We're like competing against other Dunkin' Donuts for some stupid reason. Um, it affects our pay, our paychecks and like our raises and shit. Like, okay, so like there's other workers who like aren't getting raises because other food chains are doing better or faster. Like, okay, that's another fucking thing I find like ethically wrong, you know. And she was like, "Oh, it's only drive-through, right?" I'm like, "No, I'm sorry, we're closed on both sides because someone had an accident, and that's why the ambulance is right there, you know, flashing their lights and sirens and everything." And then she got defensive. She got defensive with me. She was like, "Oh, what? How was I supposed to know?" She didn't even say sorry or "Oh my God, that's awful." She was only thinking about herself. That's all that boils down to. She was only thinking about herself. She wasn't even thinking about the person who got hurt. She was only thinking about herself. I would never, ever do that to somebody. And this is why old people get a fucking bad reputation sometimes. Is because like they feel like the world owes them a favor. You know? Like you're just fucking old. Like some of us are lucky if we get that old. I might die tomorrow, I might die 1 year from now, I might die fucking 50 years from now. You gotta fucking stay humble, like throughout your whole life, no matter what you've done. If you were like someone even honorable, like a judge or a doctor, or you know you were in the military, you gotta treat everyone with respect. You gotta be kind. And she was using my distress against me by calling me rude. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but we're closed. There was an incident. If I wanted to be a fucking asshole, I would have grabbed her by the fucking arm and then pulled her and then forced her head over the fucking counter and look at that giant blood puddle and be like, "Hey, you want your fucking coffee now?" Fucking bitch. I fucking hate customers, man. I do not ever want to work at a fast food chain again. Dunkin's was probably the better job than Dollar General, but the customers were worse. Because at least in dollar stores and supermarkets, you have everything you want, you know everything you want. If it's out of stock, you know about it because, you know, if you shop at fast food, they have to tell you that they're out of something. Most of the time, anyway. But, you know, in Dollar General and stuff, they just, you know, I just rang up their items and told them their totals and asked for IDs if they were trying to buy alcohol or cigarettes, and that's it. They were on their merry fucking way. I will never work a fast food place again. Holy shit. So, yeah, at least for now, I'm done with Dunkin'. Maybe there's a slight chance I could come back, but I at least want to take a really fucking long break. So, it's getting really hot in here. I'm gonna change the clip and then I'll take my shirt off. And not my shirt off, my jacket off. I ain't going Magic Darian on you, okay? I promise. At least I still got my sense of humor. I may be fucked up in the head a little bit more now after this past weekend, but at least I got my sense of humor still intact. That's something. Another thing that I want to talk about is I feel like I am bad for people. And when I say that, I don't mean that I have it out for others or whatever. It's that I feel like whenever I'm around someone, their risk of getting hurt increases. And I feel like um, what happened Sunday is like a perfect example of that. I know this is superstitious or whatever. Maybe I'm just blaming myself too much, but it kind of threw me back to the day that my friend Chris killed himself, and how I always felt like my communication with him is what drove him to that decision. And, me saying that we can't hang out that weekend is what drove him to that decision. And I look at Sunday night and I kind of feel the same way. Like if I hadn't have complained about being alone, none of that probably would have happened, you know? Because I had no plans on going onto that counter and cleaning. But I just can't help but feel like I'm a bad omen for people. Like I feel like I witness more incidents than most. And maybe it's a blaming issue. I don't know. But I just can't help but feel like I don't deserve to be around people. Like this whole time I never deserved a girlfriend anyway, or I never deserved to hang out. And I don't know. A part of me thinks I have like a bad vibe, that just like a bad aura, that it hurts the people that come in contact with me, like whether physically or socially. Or I just don't know. Maybe it's all in my head. It probably is, but it just I just feel guilty, I guess. But I just never felt like I really fit in. Like I look back on my life so far and I don't feel like I made a positive impact or a difference in anyone's life. If anything, negative impact. I felt like, I'm burdening people I come across. And so maybe that's why I don't bother. That's why I don't bother meeting with people unless it's like a job interview or something. I just don't hang out with anyone anymore. Yeah, it's something I just maybe I should talk to my therapist about that, you know? Maybe. And a third thing I want to talk about is what should I do with myself again? I'm not making money anymore. I'm not employed anymore, really. Uh, should I start like a Patreon? You know, kind of like branch out my videos a bit, maybe. That will help like promote my work. It might help. I gotta have the will for it though, like, because, for most of the time I've been doing this, I've just been doing it as a hobby because I never figured that, after a certain time, I never figured that, it would really take off, and it hasn't. Um, but I mean, maybe that's kind of my fault. Like maybe I should start a Patreon and really trying to seriously promote myself through my videos, you know? So I don't know. I will be going back to job hunting though, So in between gaming sessions and making let's plays and reviews. Oh God. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I think that's gonna be it. I know most of that was just work related, but that was my main topic. That was my main update. Like I needed to smoke after that. Like I had to drink after that. I had to drink after that. I had to drink heavy after that. It's okay. I mean, I'm still gonna have those people in my life. You know, I'm still on Facebook, YouTube. I refuse to go on Twitter and TikTok though. I'm not okay with those. No, no, fucking, no weird sites. No TikTok. And Twitter sucks. Twitter's a cesspool. Um, and then there's fucking OnlyFans. I mean, maybe I could fucking whore myself out. You know, get ripped. And show all the ladies my stuff on OnlyFans. I mean, I don't fucking know. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. People say that, or at least religious people say that, we were placed on this earth to do one specific thing that only you can do. I've never really been religious. I've always been like agnostic, like I've always questioned the existence of God without actually believing that he didn't exist or whatever, that gods don't exist. I don't know. There could be fucking cosmic aliens up there, like so-called gods that could be scientifically explained or some crazy shit. I don't know. But I like to think that, if I was that kind of person that believed that kind of stuff, like, like true spiritual purposes and stuff, I think I'm meant to do this more than anything. Like, I am so much better at making videos and making people laugh, given, like, the very minimum amount of shit that I have. Like, I put no money into making my videos. I don't really put any money into, like, production and stuff like that. But it's my sense of humor that kind of like makes fans stay with me. Um, but I like to think that the reason why I'm on this earth is because to do this, even if I make no pennies off of it and I die poor, but at least I'll be unique. Like look at Edgar Allan Poe for example. Edgar Allan Poe died young. He didn't make any money off his books. He died poor, he died young, and look at him now. Look how well respected he is now. Like he's considered one of the greatest authors of all time. One of the greatest authors in American history, and I mean maybe that could be me in terms of like comedy and like vlogging comedy. I mean maybe like years after I die, someone's gonna come across my videos and share it, and that sharing is gonna, blossom, and I'll be posthumously remembered as being my goofy ass self. Maybe. I like to think that anyway. One of my biggest pet peeves, or maybe not pet peeves, but like fears. I have a lot of fears, man. I can't fucking swim. I am terrified of heights. I got batophobia as well. Like I can't stand next to a tall building because if I look up, I feel like I'm gonna fucking die. Like I got a lot of phobias, all right? And one of my one of my fears for some reason is fear of being forgotten. Like like that one thing that like Freddy Krueger's afraid of. uh it's just I want to make sure that my life was worth living, you know? Like I have an immense fear of lifetime failure, and I think that fear and anxiety kind of instilled to the point where like I become like a self-fulfilling prophet, and I kind of have like a self-destructive personality because of that. Because of my fear of failure, I have a fear in success as well. I have a fear in not taking chances. Like I have a fear of everything, you know? That every minute on this earth is time we're wasting. That's one of my fears, is that I'm wasting time, and time is running out, and I there's so many things that the vast majority of people in this world experience that I haven't yet. And I feel like I'm just ruining my life instinctually. And I'm trying to get out of that mindset, you know? It's hard. It's hard when you had like an abusive father growing up who looked down on you like, you don't deserve shit. And, lo and behold, you grow up with no fucking confidence. No confidence at work, no confidence that, any woman would ever say yes to you if you asked them out. I feel like I don't deserve it. And it fucking sucks. Like, it's like, forget red flags. Like, that's like a fucking understatement. It's literal fucking hell. It's literal hell. Might as well be living in hell. Man. I'm sorry that I don't really have any, like, gaming related topics. Um, well, E3 got canceled this year, and probably for good, since, like, a lot of guys have been, making their own little E3s, their own little like press conferences. Like every fucking major studio has their own press conference now, like Ubisoft and PlayStation and Nintendo and Microsoft, and like they're no longer like, they're all branching out to do their own thing. So like E3, without those major companies, they kind of become like hollow, like they're not worth watching because there's nothing to really show within it. And so yeah, E3 got canceled. I, you know, I don't really want to make any more like press conference reaction videos because like there's so fucking many of them that it's hard to keep track of throughout the year. And like I'm likely to miss a few of them anyway. So like I'm just like, I mean, if there's a game coming out that I'm really excited for, I'll make a separate video just for that. Like when Silent Hill games were being released, the Silent Hill games were being announced out of nowhere. I made a fucking video out of it because I'm like, holy shit, guys! Like Silent Hill's not dead anymore. Like it's coming back. You know, like unless we get like a fucking GTA 6, like announcement, like an actual like trailer for GTA 6, and it shows Vice City and it looks all cool. I'll make a reaction video to that or an impressions to that. Like I'll make an impressions to Fallout 5 or Elder Scrolls 6. Like major games coming out that I'm like, oh, damn, we haven't got one of those in a while. Um, but other than that, I'm just not really into press conferences anymore, man. I mean, there's far too many to keep track of. It's not like I'm doing them fucking once a year like it used to be with E3. Now I feel like I'm obligated to make like fucking 3 videos a goddamn month because there's like all these fucking announcements. Like PlayStation had one last week, I believe, but it was just like Fallout. It was just Final Fantasy 16 stuff, you know, which I am pretty excited for. It looks good, but yeah, Uh, oh man. I haven't even smoked half of this yet, and I'm not really high yet either. But at the same time, I kind of already talked about everything I wanted to talk about. Maybe I'll take a fucking hit like after every sentence, you know. It's gonna take me a while to get over what happened at work, you know, like I haven't even like touched a game since that happened. Um and like I don't feel like motivated to even make videos or talk about shit because like that really emotionally damaged me. I keep coming back to that topic, but that's only because like it's what's on my mind most. So I'm gonna have to go job hunting again, go back into that. Uh, maybe I should try to find a way to not waste the summer away. I really don't have a lot of videos planned. Like I do plan on I I think I plan on getting Final Fantasy 16. I can ask someone to get it for my birthday because it comes out like 3 days before my birthday. So hopefully you'll see a review out for that game. I'm gonna make like two more um shit preservation gameplays. Um, Crossfire X, which doesn't really deserve one, and Knockout City. You know, those are two games that got announced that they would shut down. So I might try to make two of those throughout May. I might actually take a break and skip June. I might actually skip June. You might not see any June videos. In July, I should have like a Final Fantasy 16 thing. If I'm in a better mood at that point, like after my review, I might bring back Why Is It Called That? Um, a playlist that series that I used to do like way back in like 2015, 2014, and 2015. I know a lot of people want that back, so maybe if I have the time and the mental capacity to do those again, because those take a lot, like in terms of like humor. Like I remember like needing to like rush out jokes like as I was like doing the whole like switcheroo. Like why is it called that? And if I'm in a really good spot mentally and financially in August, I'll probably bring back why is it called that. Maybe do a couple more. Look what I found. I am planning on making actually a few Halloween specials, not just one at the end of October, but like a few throughout October and ending on like, you know, October 31st or whatever. I'm planning on that. I'm planning on doing a Black Friday, you know, a top five best games or worst games of the year, and then wrap it up. And then I don't know if I'm gonna do another year of YouTube after that. Depends on how this year goes for me. I was a little impressed and surprised that my Resident Evil 4 remake review um, got a lot of views. Not like, you know, thousands, but like 650 or whatever. And that's a lot for me. I The last time I got that many views was like one of my Back for Blood server videos. I made a video where like I couldn't sign into the Back for Blood beta or something. And that got like 900 and something views. But yeah. Anyway, guys, my phone is actually about to shut off. So, I don't know, I think I'll just smoke this for real on 420, like, you know, because this video got recorded 418. Um, so, yeah, maybe I'll save it for that anyway. Yeah, I talk too much, but at least I still have my sense of humor. For example, at work, you know, I decided enough was enough. Watching that happen was the straw that broke the camel's back. Or in this case, the straw that broke the counter's back. A little too soon. Anyway, guys, I hope you all have a happy 420. If you do celebrate it anyways. If not, whatever, you know. As long as we respect each other, as long as you respect each other and don't judge. That's all. Anyway, yeah. Thank you for watching.
20 minutes later. Several bad puns later.
Kia. I drive a Kia. An automatic Kia. I would rather have a foursome with 3 elephants as they slap my face around with their giant trunks. I would rather wipe my ass on a conveyor belt. I once walked through a porn studio. I got covered in cream cheese. What? Or was it mayo? Bruh. Nah, it tasted a little bit more like cream cheese. What the fuck? Condensation. I just walked through a porn.